wouldn't give my heart again. Too painful. Still trying to put the pieces back together from before. And I'm trying not to be bitter, but I haven't had the best luck with love. I used to think that will never change, but you proved me wrong. The way that you swept me off of my feet. One look in your eyes, all my fears start to fade. No hesitation, I'm ready to leave for you. It's true, you make it so easy to fall. I'm not afraid to risk it all. You're so worth it. It's the way that you make my heart feel safe. It's you and me, this is our love, babe. It's so easy to fall for you. Said I wouldn't give my heart again.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you guys? Listen, I'll be live momentarily, guys, but let me tell you what a day it has been. And not live. I mean, I may pop on camera. I may not. I don't know. Because let me tell you, it has been a busy day of me lounging. And y'all, it's just been a busy last 4 or 5 days. And just getting back from Toronto, your girl is whooped today. Okay. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. I know I did. I'm going to shout you guys out because I just want to say hello to everyone that's joining me on tonight. Hi, Uppity. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Sharon. Oh my gosh, you guys are in here. If you guys will do me a favor, take a moment, please share the live either on your story on IG, either on your Facebook page, on Twitter, wherever your network or community is. Share the live, let them know to come on over and join us. We have a lot to talk about on tonight. I feel like I haven't talked to y'all in forever, and let me tell you, my icy insiders, I have not forgot about y'all. I definitely will be doing a special live for you guys, because let me tell you what, we didn't make it last Wednesday because we had a lot going on. Hi, Finer Dove. Hi, Greta. Hi, Miss Norma. Hi, Denisha. It's so great to see so many of y'all on this evening. But I got y'all. I'm going to make it up to my Icy Insider crew because your girl has been running. I'm sure everybody saw, and I talked about this already. Please go back and watch that particular live where we talked about how the video came out on Cassie. But I'm like, y'all, it's like we go from one thing to the next. Now little Kim done been arrested. Kelly done had to get the people all the way together over in Cairns. It's just been a lot happening, but I do want to pause and say, it's always weird to me to say happy Memorial Day, because there's nothing happy about a Memorial Day, because if we're talking about a Memorial Day, that means that people have experienced some sort of loss. But I do want to shout out those who serve. And I do want to say a huge thank you to the families of those who serve and those who have lost loved ones to combat or combat related situations. I actually had a really I have Lord. I have a really good friend, and her little brother did his first tour. He was in the army. I believe he was 21 years old. He did his first tour in the army, y'all. He was deployed, and on his first deployment was killed. 18, maybe 19, but it still didn't make it any less painful for them. They had already lost her mother, or their mother, to breast cancer shortly before he passed away. And I just remember talking to her, and she said, Winter, half of my family is gone, because they were only a family of 4. And so when I think about Memorial Day, I always think of him and I think of her. And y'all, military families give up a lot. My daughter's boyfriend is actually preparing to go into the Air Force. And it can just be a lot for them to deal with, especially when they don't anticipate death. And yeah, so I don't ever like to say happy Memorial Day, but I just want to say thank you to those who have given their lives to protect our country. It means a lot. All that to say, it's been a busy day. Yes, Greta, Nicki Minaj, not Little Kim. What was it, Little Kim or Nicki? I thought it was Nicki Minaj. No, not Little Kim. I'm so sorry, y'all. Lord, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was arrested for possession, and my thing that gets me is why these celebrities go over to these other countries. Like, I don't feel like weed is that important to where I got to carry it. Like, if I was a celebrity that smoked weed, I don't think I'd be traveling with it. Like, at some point, you just need to travel clean to avoid any issues. And I just don't understand why they travel with things like that. I don't, because every country is not the same. Greta, you're correct. It is Nicki Minaj. I apologize for that flub. But listen here, y'all know your girl is a part of the church world. So what y'all believe has been the biggest news for the churchians this past couple days? Y'all have any idea? Y'all know what the saints is talking about right now? What y'all think the saints is all up in arms about right now? I'm gonna tell you if you don't know. The saints is up in arms about Pastor Jamal Bryant announcing his engagement to Dr. Carey. Y'all, the saints is upset on today. Yes. Brother Jamal. And let me just tell y'all, Greta, y'all, wait a minute, are y'all sitting here telling me that TD Jake stepped down? Is that true? Y'all about to throw off my whole life. Now I got to go look. Are y'all serious? No way. I thought that, okay, we'll talk. Y'all about to get me off topic. I'll research that later because I don't want to speak on things I really am not well versed on and don't know a whole lot about, Lord. But yes, it's so funny because y'all know how difficult it is for single pastors to pastor some of these churches. It's not like Jamal has the best history, but I'm not here to judge. What I do know is that I love Carrie, and Carrie is a dynamic woman. Let me just say that. Despite what we've heard about Jamal, Carrie is a dynamic woman. Let me just tell you. You said not better than him to keep fornicating. That's I don't know why the saints be up in people's bedrooms. Honestly, I feel like there's far more things we need to cover besides governing grown folks in their bedrooms. I say teach the truth and let people be responsible for themselves. I love Carrie. I think this has been in the making for a long time. I think they have dated privately for quite some time. I think that she has been in training to become his wife. I think she has been in training to become his first lady. I believe that she has been in training to navigate the hits and the negativity and public opinion that will come with being attached to him as his wife. I think that Carrie has been in First Lady boot camp right in front of our faces. That's what I think. And I will say that I think that she is the best woman for the job, because we have to understand, being a first lady of a mega church is not an easy thing to do. It's not like it's a job that you really want unless you feel called to it. I watched my mother be a first lady, and I always said I would never. First of all, I'd probably go to jail for fighting a saint, because let me tell you, these saints are smart mouth and they nasty acting. And I always tell people that the first devil I ever encountered was in a long skirt and tennis shoes and some kids. A jean skirt and some kids was the first devil I ever encountered in my life. People in church are nasty acting. So I can't imagine that somebody would just want to sign up for it unless they felt called to it. And I do believe that she felt called to it. Now, naturally, Mara, I don't know if she was one of the women in I don't know if she was one of the women in Monique's binder, child. I can't speak to that. But I will say that I think she's been well prepared to take on this particular position. I do think she'll do a lot of positive things as First Lady of New Birth. I just feel like at the end of the day, all we can do is pray for them. Pray for him that he honors his vows. Pray for her that she's able to handle what comes with him. And I think it's easy to say, for better or for worse, honey, till them worse hit us in the back of the kitchen. And so he comes with a lot. His history alone is taking on a lot. But what I can say about Carrie is that I think that she is well equipped, both mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and maturity wise, because she just got announced. She's already getting hit with negativity just from announcing. Can you imagine announcing that you were marrying someone has generated so much hate and speculation? And I hate that, but it's literally what just it comes with the territory. So I wish them the best. I really, really do. It may not be a popular opinion, but I really wish we spent more time praying for people and actually honoring that versus criticizing. Yes, we know his past. His past is well documented. But it doesn't mean that people can't change. And even if he hasn't, it's not like people are going to let him get away with it. He's a public figure. He cannot be around here just doing what he wants to do. That's clear. So listen, may the odds be ever in their favor. That's my thoughts on that. May the odds be ever in their favor, because they're going to need it. They're going to need it. I just hope that people actually give them a chance. That's what I hope. I hope people actually give them a chance. And I hope that for the first time that Christians actually behave like Christians and don't, count them out before they get started, But that's my thoughts on that. I know people are going to feel 1,001 different ways. But I think in his case, it's better for him to have a first lady. I do. You said Keon basically said the church not sharing his wife. He's letting her move at her own pace. I mean, again, hey, Linda, I think too, you got to be mindful of even that, because I think in Shawnee's case, it's a little different than Carrie. Shawnee's coming into this green. I don't know her relationship with church, but she doesn't strike me as somebody that's been in church all her life. Whereas Carrie is churched. She knows protocol. When I tell y'all, this pivot that Jamal did was a heck of a pivot. And him marrying her is a power move. Y'all know Sarah Jake's got a new book out called Power Moves, baby. This was a power move. You don't hook up with the likes of Carrie without a strategic plan to light some stuff up. That ain't the same, I do believe to a degree Shawnee grants Keon access, but I don't believe that she elevates his ministry the way that Carrie's going to elevate Jamal. That's my thoughts. On the outside looking in, as a person who's been churched all my life and knows church culture and church environment and church atmosphere, Keon marrying Shawnee ain't the same as Jamal marrying Carrie. Okay? Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Carrie is a huge, huge move for Jamal. And it is a heck of a good look. He ain't stupid. What'd he say the Lord told him? You big dummy. You big dummy. What? Seriously? You big dummy. You better figure it out before somebody else figure it out. And what I do know for sure, baby, I know plenties of men who tried to nab Carrie, who would have loved to have made her their first lady. And she turned every last one of them down. So I would also venture to say that this was a quite prayerful, intentional, and decisive decision even for her. She ain't doing this by accident. This is intentional. But this ain't the same. We can't even compare the two. Yes, Linda, he's preparing to elevate. He got big plans, and he has to have the right woman beside him. But you best believe, listen, Carrie is a preaching machine. He wasn't getting that with Giselle. And Giselle, no shade. I love you. I think you're gorgeous. But he wasn't getting what he getting in Carrie and no Giselle. Giselle wasn't no preacher. She was a first lady with a pretty face. Beautiful woman. But baby, Carrie can preach a house down. So when he got the face and the oil, he know what he did. I ain't never seen Jamal talk with such pride. And I know Jamal. I just saw Jamal in, where we run into Jamal at? We went out to eat in this restaurant in Atlanta after we filmed the reunion last year. And he was there. And we talked to him for a little while. But I met Jamal when I was 13 years old. Jamal came up in the AME, and my aunt was the national AME youth director, and she booked Jamal for their national youth conference in South Carolina. And so he knows my aunt very well. And he told me when I saw him back in August, he said, "You look familiar." I said, "Jamal," I said, "you met me when I was a little girl." I said, "But you know my aunt very well." So I told her his name. He said, "Oh my God, I haven't seen her in so long. How is she doing?" So we started talking. He said, "Let me tell you what about your aunt." He said, "She raised me." He said, "I'm not even kidding. She literally raised me. And she gave me one of my first big opportunities to preach as a young preacher." But I met him all those years ago. And, fast forward, I, had no idea he would end up in Baltimore and I would end up in the DMV. And I still never really saw him. And in fact, when I saw him in Atlanta, that's the first time I had saw him in a while. But I've never seen Jamal speak with such pride with introducing her, because he knows what just happened. Y'all don't understand. No, nobody was looking at Giselle as if she was like some huge catch, other than really being a beautiful woman. And they have had 3 beautiful children together. But that's it. Other than that, nobody was looking at her to be the next Sarah Jakes. Nobody was looking at her to be the next Priscilla Shire. Not happening. And in certain arenas, that's important. You need a tag team partner as your wife or husband. And he knew he couldn't just marry anybody taking on new birth like that. So say what you will, and people can disagree with me all they want to. I stand on that. Like somebody else told me to stand on something, baby. I stand on that. I would take that to the whole bank and cash it twice. He knows exactly what he did, and he did it intentionally. Because baby, if you's gonna step out, because y'all got to think, and I mean, say what you will, and even if he was doing his due, he was single. At least he didn't try to marry nobody. in the time that he's been divorced from Janelle. You said Shawnee says she grew up in a church, but I agree it's not the same as Jamal. Show ain't. You said nope, Giselle has an evil heart. You know, because I know how reality TV can be, I won't say she has an evil heart because I don't know her personally. I definitely have issues with people being portrayed one way, and then you meet them and it's like, oh my gosh, they're so sweet. Hey, Viva. You said, baby, when I saw him on Willie Moore Jr. and I saw this, you said Jamal is about to get the Saints together. Oh, Linda, baby, this, you're talking about a power move. You best believe this was a power move for him. Don't get it twisted. And I say kudos to him. You managing these mega sized churches, child, you better have somebody that can roll with you. Because these people are not to be trusted at times. And I have my own things, own ideas when it comes to why people move the way they do when it comes to church. Like, real talk, I just been a part of this world for so long, and I'm at times can just be sort of kind of churched out. But I'm happy for him. I really am. I got nothing to say about it. I really do think that it's a good thing for him. I really do. But we'll see. I think this is going to be a win for the books, though, baby. I think he's going all out. I think he's going to go. I think this wedding, I think this wedding is going to be something to behold. That's what I do think. Now, all I hope is that they don't Juanita Bynum me. I hope because Juanita. Hey, Juanita. I love me no more sheets, just in case you come across this video. But I remember when she married Bishop Weeks. Y'all remember that wedding? I mean, it was a to-do, honey. We sat front and center to watch that televised wedding. And I don't know that they was married for a good 5 years. I don't know how long they was together, but it wasn't long. And I'm like, I know y'all ain't set us up here waiting on this wedding not to last. And I mean, they made a big deal out of it. I never thought they was a good fit from jump. But I just hope they don't do us like that. Don't Juanita us. Don't do no big to-do. Y'all better, that needs to be a 10-year clause at least. If I got to sit there for an hour and watch it on TV, baby, you need to make sure it's worth my time. That's just how I feel. You said Marvin Winans just spent $3 million on his second wedding. Did he get married again? Now, here I was holding out hope, honey, that he would get back with Vicki Winans. Now, I might be the only person that feel that way, but I love them together. I love them together. I really do. So we'll see, y'all. We shall see. You said she definitely wants a big wedding. Who said that? You said the way she spoke on the Dear Future Wifey podcast, she definitely... Y'all, this Carrie first wedding. She's never been married before. It's so funny because... And I want to say I met Carrie once or twice. I can't remember. But, I mean, she's never been married. And I do think that for women that have never been married, I understand why they want a big wedding. Honey, baby, third time need to be a charm. But we are not having a big wedding. My husband needs to be content with something small. And quite frankly, I really do want a destination wedding so I can eliminate how many people can actually come. I'm so serious. I'm not even going to hold you. I don't want no big wedding. After you done went through this a few times, there ain't no sense of wasting that kind of money. You know what I mean? But I can see her want a big wedding, y'all. It's her first wedding. I think every first bride should have what they want. You said definitely. No, I didn't agree either. You said that ring looked beautiful, baby. That's a rock on that baby's hand. It's weighted down with the glory of the Lord. I'm stupid. Oh my gosh. I'm stupid, y'all. But baby, her hand is weighted down with the glory. Now, I ain't opposed to no nice ring, honey. That's the one prop I can give the old man. My ring was lit. Even though he lied about what type of gold it was. That's a different story for a different day. That's a different story for a different day. We're not even going down that road. We'll save that for story time. But baby, he did choose a nice wedding. I think my ring was almost 3 carats. And on my little skinny fingers, it looked like a rock. And then the band that he bought to go around it was fire. So it was quite the rock. I had a picture of it. I remember showing my hairdresser. He was like, oh, that's the rock. I said, yeah. He did do good on the ring. I ain't going to hold him. I ain't even going to drag him on that. He was actually, he did me right. Yeah, that's it. Sharon, it was on TBN. That's what I told you. Like we literally sat and watched that wedding. My mama was so excited. You know, all she would watch was TBN and CBN. Oh, did he have an outside child on her? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's true, Viva. She didn't want to be a pastor's wife. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to be one either. So I don't blame her on that. I can't fault her for that. You said, I've never been married and I don't want a big wedding. Jay Jones, you said we eloped to Vegas and we've been married 14 years. Oh, congrats. That's amazing. I'm not opposed to an elopement. Honey, I'll sit right here in y'all face, good and married. Y'all wouldn't know a dadgum thing. I'm not opposed to stuff like that. And then have a wedding later and a small one. Yeah, I don't. When I tell y'all, people gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna come back and y'all just gonna be like, Winter got married? I'm lying. I'll tell y'all. I won't do y'all like that. But I don't know. I might do y'all like that. Giselle congratulated him. Actually, what's she mad about? Shoot. She shouldn't be mad at that man. I think he's been good to her as an ex-husband. I don't think he's taking care of her and them kids. Hey, Cece. You said we didn't want the drama. Weddings do come with a lot of drama. I don't have that kind of patience. You're not going to come here on my dime and act the fool. You said have more money for the ring and traveling. Oh, I do want a dope honeymoon. Because let me tell y'all, let me explain. I had never in a million years, thought that I would ever get divorced. I really didn't. I really, really didn't. I never thought that I would ever get divorced. And to think that I would have ended up divorced twice, y'all, I never saw that coming. I would never think that I would be twice divorced. Like, who in the world wants that? And I really had to go through therapy because I was so like disappointed by the fact that I had 2 divorces under my belt. Because really the second wedding should have never, the second marriage should have never happened. And I had to reconcile with myself as to why I allowed it. And sometimes when you get married so young, you literally get used to or accustomed to being somebody's wife, that you spend a lot of your dating time trying to get back to what you're used to, not really considering whether or not a person is good for you. And I had to realize that was the choice I made and the reason why that second wedding or marriage happened. And it just shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. I had no business marrying that man. He didn't give me the feels. He didn't give me the deep-rooted love that is necessary to make a marriage work. But what he did provide at the time was a sense of stability and security. And as women, sometimes we'll choose that over love. I knew I didn't love that man when he got sick and he got on my nerves. Because I feel like in sickness and in health is where your vows are tested. Because people can be real irky when they sick. When I tell y'all he got on my nerves, I wanted to send him back to his mama house. I didn't want to like comfort him and nurture him. He was annoying. And I would be like, just go lay down. Leave me alone, please. Like, you're whining. And I that was like, oh, you don't love him like that. Because I'm telling you now, my baby, I have literally left work or worked from home to make sure he was good when he was sick. I have cooked for him. Seriously, when you love someone, when they're sick, you care for them and you go above and beyond. And the same for me. This man will drive. Do y'all know how far we live apart? We don't even live close. Okay. We have to cross the beltway to get to each other. And he still will come and make sure I'm good. Like he's the first guy I've ever dated in the DMV, because some of y'all ninjas is trifling and y'all don't want to waste no gas. So y'all won't even cross the beltway for girls. He's the first guy I've ever dated, honey. He will pull up, say less. But he'll send me a wellness kit, groceries, food. He just wants, that's what happens when you love somebody, though. You go out of your way to make sure they're good. So, child, you said I want a 2-week honeymoon. I do too. I'll even take 30, but I can't be away from my kids that long. So 2 weeks will suffice. Hey, Regina, welcome. You said, I'm happy for Pastors Bryant and Turner, praying they both truly committed for better, for worse, and that this is a lasting marriage. Amen, Zero. I agree with you. I agree with you. I really do. I agree with you. I really don't think Giselle should feel away, though. You said that, Val, for better, for worse, honey. It's all good till it ain't. It's all good till it ain't. Excuse me, y'all. My allergies is tripping. But I pray the best for them. I really do. I pray the best for them. All right, y'all. Moving on to Summerhouse. I finally watched the Summerhouse reunion. And I'm going to just keep it $1.50. I hated it. I hated it because I feel like they played in our face and they gave us a thrown together, raggedy reunion just to shut us up as fans. That's my thoughts. I thought it was subpar. I thought the set was lazy. Hey, Lady B. I thought the set was lazy. I didn't think Andy dug into no deep questions to give us as the viewers some clarification and understanding. I don't understand why Bravo didn't call me to host this daggum reunion, because we would have got to the bottom of some things. I don't feel no better off than I did than when we started this reunion and ended the show. It literally was just, it just seemed forced and thrown together. And I thought they deserved better than that. If y'all don't want to invest nothing into this show, just say that. But don't play in our face. Please. There's no way it could have taken them more than 3 hours to shoot that little reunion. There's no way. There's no way. That reunion looked like it was filmed on lunch break. I literally was so irritated. And I'm like, it's done? It's over? That's it? That's all we get? Oh, they played in our face so bad, y'all. If you're a fan of Summerhouse, please, let me tell you, they played in our face with this reunion. They got tired of us complaining that we wanted them to have a reunion. And they said, okay, fine. Let's give these whiny people what they want. And let's give these people a little reunion. He didn't even have the common decency to put them on a real set. That is the same set they use for Clubhouse. And Watch What Happens Live. Like we wasn't going to recognize that this was a Watch What Happens Live set. You didn't even want to get them a little set? You could have at least thrown them some little sand on the floor and told them to dress in some beach clothes for all of that. It was ridiculous. I really felt like they played in our face as a fan. And all of the questions were just lazy. It's literally just lazy the way they gave us this reunion. They served us this reunion on a trash can lid. Okay? That's what happened. We got this reunion on a trash can lid. The lid of a trash can. Because I'm going to tell you what. I don't know what they talked about for real. What resolution and resolve did we get? Do we know why Preston is not cool with Jasmine for real? Do we really know what happened with Nick and Tasia for real? Did Amir ever get pressed on why he's not taking accountability and responsibility for the fiasco with his girlfriend? Why wasn't Natalie happy behind since she was in everything else? Why wasn't she there? So we can ask her why she decided to insert herself in things that have nothing to do with her. Why wasn't Simon there to do a little cameo? Why did he feel the need to wear that dadgum flamingo? I just don't feel like we got answers. Therefore, I'm offended. And it was a waste. I really feel like they just threw it in our face. It was a raggedy reunion, y'all. And then don't even get me started on the fashions, baby. Don't even get me started on the fashions, because it felt like they was going to a Sadie Hawkins dance. It just was nothing about it that seemed like they actually put any time and effort into reunion. Lady B, I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. It just really upset me. It really was a raggedy reunion. You said, I'm a fan. It was subpar. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Sharon, you better preach. I do have more questions now. And I'm going to be honest. Y'all know I go in on Summerhouse on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow your girl. My Twitter handle is ImSimplyWinter. Look a girl up. I have a good time over there on Twitter. Y'all, I'm going to be honest. I didn't abandon Instagram. I get tired of posting. I tried to super post right quick. But I don't even like Instagram. I don't like it anymore. I love me some Twitter. I really do. Jay Jones, you don't think Jasmine is happy? You know what I think? I think Jasmine is coming to the realization that she is a married mother with a child. Like, I think she realizes, oh my God, I really believe that she is getting hit with a wake-up call. I don't think that is she's not happy, because she's crazy about Silas. But it's almost like the realization that, your life has changed. Her life has changed. Your life changes as a woman when you have children. Your life. I remember at 19 years old, y'all, when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And yes, I was newly married to her dad, but y'all, your life changes. It was like, to me, my whole world was turned upside down as I knew it, right? And I don't know. I felt like in an instant I had to grow up. And I think that's what Jasmine is going through. Like, she realizes that, oh, wow, like, goodness, my life is different. You said, to be fair, the original Summerhouse first reunion was in the clubhouse. They had no plans until the fans spoke up. Well, we need to speak up then. I'm going to do my due diligence on Twitter. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. They're going to hear about me. They're going to hear from me. And Zero, appreciate you saying that I would be a great host. I would love to do stuff like that. I would love to do more hosting. Said I went to college at Tuskegee with Nick. He has always been a class act. I like Nick. I don't like the narrative they tried to spin on him about being, almost like a little house predator. Like, what in the world? You said, I'm tired of Andy's hosting skills for the Black reality shows. Child. Y'all very vocal about people hosting these reunions. But I feel like they get who's either trendy or catchy sometimes. They don't always make people a great host. You said that sounds like watching one of my episodes of Law and Order, which I love, but a few episodes left me pissed because it wasn't no ending. It is frustrating. I don't like to feel like I'm on a cliffhanger. I really don't. I don't like to feel like I'm on a cliffhanger. I don't like to feel like there's no resolution. I just didn't like the reunion. I really don't. So I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. We'll see what happens, y'all. Do y'all feel like they should shake up the cast? Do y'all feel like the cast needs to shake up? See, I feel like the cast needs to shake up. Y'all, they can drop Denise off at home. They can drop Amir and his girlfriend off at home. I can stand to do without Bria. Although I do feel like she adds the chaos in the show. You said handsy Nick. Now find her, Dove. Not handsy Nick. You said I think that she thought that's what she wanted. Well, we'll see. You said she outgrew them. I absolutely believe that Jasmine outgrew her group. You said I want to know, when did Preston turn into a mean girl? My opinion of him totally changed after this. Oh, okay, y'all. Y'all know that I have my meeting coming up with Preston, but what I'm trying to do is get him to do an interview. And I hope that I can nab him to do an interview on here, because I do have a lot of questions, because y'all know I love me some Preston, and I don't want to believe that he is a mean girl, but I am very shocked by some of the comments that he has made about Jasmine. And I thought him and Jasmine were super cool, but it's not coming across that way when he's done these interviews. And I think, unfortunately, Kempire, shout out to Kempire, he made the comment on Twitter that a lot of people who do press runs before something is airing, or these reality TV stars do press runs before something airs, that means they're trying to change the narrative, because they already know that people are going to feel negatively about them. So they're trying to get ahead of it. And I want to say he's making that comment in relation to Preston, because really he's one of the most, he's been one of the people we've seen the most in interviews about Summerhouse, Martha's Vineyard. I don't know. I really want to hear from Preston. I do. I want to hear from Preston, and I'm curious if he'll give us the tea on that, because I don't understand it. And it does seem like they essentially tried to ice her out a bit, because I'm gonna be honest. I know Preston rides for Jordan, but I don't like her energy at all. I don't like her energy. I don't like the way that she shows up in spaces. Something is very raggedy about her energy. And I mean that with all due respect. I don't know this lady. I'm not speaking to her personally, but from a fan or viewer perspective of the show, she gives me raggedy energy. And she almost strikes me as a Debbie Downer. So I'm confused. I don't feel like we got answers. And I don't want to think of Preston as a mean girl either. Yes, yes, yes. Drop your snowflakes in the chat. Thank you so much, Uppity. I see, honey, the way you being here riding, I need to make you a mod. I so appreciate you. And y'all make sure y'all go support Uppity's channel. Even though she's not a mod, she is a content creator herself. So please go support her channel. Show her some love. You said drop Bria, Summer, and Jordan, baby. Now Summer, bless her little heart. That baby need to be on somebody's couch before she come back to this show. I don't mean no harm. I can't take her. I really can't. Bria, at least I know she's just a bratty, spoiled woman, but I don't understand Summer at all. She wears me down. She wears me down, y'all. She does. She wears me down. Her temper tantrums, her obsession with Alex. Why did you keep telling this whole house that he was inside of you like we care, little girl? You are too old for this. Stop it. You're cheapening yourself. Whining and crying about this man that you didn't have a relationship with, that you made a choice as a grown woman to open your legs for. I can't stand when women do that. No. Don't open your legs and then get mad because you don't like the response that you get after you open your legs. If you open your legs freely, then you have to accept whatever comes with that. And that may mean that he doesn't want anything else after that. But don't get me started. She really irked me. See, she really worked my nerves. She did. So what is my opinion of Noelle? Hey, love coach for Kings. I love Noelle. I think she was just the energy that the house needed. And let me tell you what changed the game for Miss Jordan. So Noelle had the type of season that I believe I did. And it's easy to be underestimated when people don't know what you have to offer, yet your energy speaks for itself. And she absolutely energized that house. You feel me? And I think her energy actually made Jordan irrelevant. I could literally count on a few fingers how many times we actually we saw Jordan activated this past season. And it's because Noelle did her. I mean, she came in and she gave what needed to be given. I love her. I do think she's refreshing. Now, what she do need to tell me about, maybe I'll see if Noelle will come over here too, because I love her. I love her energy. She's very fun. She owns her mess. She is a team player. But what she needs to explain to me is why there's so much animosity still towards Summer, and what are we missing? Because she don't fool with her. Okay. Don't get it twisted. Noelle don't fool with Summer. She don't fool with that girl. She don't fool with her. But we don't understand why she don't fool with her. And we need to understand why she don't fool with her. And it's one thing as a reality TV star to not fool with somebody on the show. But something done happen when you don't fool with them outside of the show. And she's given, I don't fool with her. Okay. I don't fool with her on the show. And I fool with her in between the show. I don't fool with her at all. Some people don't be fooling with people just for the sake of the camera, but then they friends. They be like, okay, girl, like I might say a little something in this, but we'll go out for a drink later. Right. But then it's some folks that be like, no, I don't fool with them. Okay. Not fooling with them in the scene, outside of the scene, in between the scene. I don't fool with them. That's what Noelle is giving me. So I need Noelle to explain why she don't fool with Summer in real life. That's what I need to know. That's what I need to know. You said Jordan was more likable last season. Was she? Because I didn't like her last season either. And it's not personal, Jordan. You may be absolutely lovely in person, but on the show, baby, you grates my last as well. You said her health issue may be making her negative. Jay Jones, valid point. And as a person who suffers from autoimmune disorders, that may be the case. That may be the case. And I'm not, and if that is the case, my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to her. But maybe we should take a hiatus, because to me, if you can't fully be present, I don't think there's a reason to be on the show. And if we can't follow your journey to gain some understanding, because this is the thing with reality TV, if you're going to introduce a storyline that aids us, if you're going to introduce a storyline that may aid us in understanding you, then that's the right move, right? That's the move you should make. But if you're not going to use it as a storyline to help us understand you better, then I don't want to know. I mean, I appreciate that she mentioned her what do you call it? Her alopecia struggle. I have a couple of friends that struggle with alopecia. But I really feel like if that's impacting her mood, it would be great for her to take us along that journey with her. You said Preston has not given one good reason for his treatment of Jasmine. I think it's just because of the relationship with Jordan. I really hope that it's not the case. I really want to hope that it's not the case. I really hope that's not the case. And he also said he doesn't talk to Silas either. Yes, go check out Uppity's content, please. You said she rated him a 5, but still low-key stalking him. But see, Summer gives me that, though. Are y'all shocked? You said Shanice needs to keep her. I didn't want to see her naked no more times. She wore me out. And I think it's honestly, I know she's young and being fun, but at some point, like, we tired of seeing you naked, honey. It's only so many times that you can get butt naked. It's not interesting anymore. Like, relax, sit down. We tired. We tired of seeing her boobs. Like, you don't have nothing else to offer. You don't have nothing else to offer besides getting pregnant. I mean, not getting pregnant, but getting naked. Excuse me, not pregnant. Jesus, I pray. I ain't speaking that on you, Shanice. But I just feel like she didn't offer us anything besides that. And you seen one naked woman, you seen them all. Like, come on now. That's the only time where I sort of kind of agree with Natalie, because it's like, sis, is you got to be naked every time. I just didn't understand why she was doing all of that. So I don't know. You said I hope they keep Noelle. I think Noelle is definitely a shoe-in. Hey, KD, welcome, IC Insider. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in becoming an IC Insider channel member, please visit my membership tab, sign up. I think the membership is $4.99 a month for basic and maybe $9.99 for elite. And we have some great things. Y'all been working, making sure I have something great to offer my channel members. But I'm so excited with what I do have. So if you haven't become a subscriber yet, please do so. But thanks for your membership, Kay. I appreciate you. You said I need another married woman or someone to hang in the someone in a long relationship to balance. Oh, I agree. If Jasmine comes back, they definitely got to balance her out. They definitely got to find some, because right now she is the lone wolf. You said, that's me if I was on TV camera or not. No amount of money can change who I am. One way, and the only way I know how to be, that's to give you the chow, but chow. A lot of people change when them cameras turn on. Says Silas is his brother, is his line brother, and he was in their wedding. Yeah, I know, but they not on the same page right now. Hey, Miss Pretty Amazing. You said Shanice is always naked, but mad at Nick for looking. Child, make it make sense, right? Ma'am, make it make sense. Make it make sense. It don't make no sense. The math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing. Not at all. And I just think they did Nick dirty. Like, don't try to introduce like that man is out here trying to take advantage of y'all. It's just crazy. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. What do y'all feel like is the future of this show? What do y'all feel is the future of this show? Do y'all want to see another season? Was the reunion enough for you to want another season, or did it make you lose interest? Why can't I see y'all's comments? Let's see what's happening here. Said, I like Jasmine, but I don't know how it will work with the baby. Yeah, so that's what I think people forget. I'm like, this lady got a whole newborn. I wouldn't bring no newborn to Summerhouse with these horny toads. I just think it's a place for a baby, and I don't think Summerhouse is one of those places. I just don't. No thanks. No thanks. I just And like I said, I could be wrong, but I think not Jordan, but Jasmine has definitely outgrown this group of friends. And it's a natural progression of life, y'all. I'm not saying that something's wrong with Jasmine for changing. You said Nick seems like a good guy. I agree with that. But I do feel like Amir can take a Natalie and go on a permanent vacation. We are done with him. I just think it's a natural progression of life that every woman has to adjust to when she begins to have kids, and when she gets married. It's just a huge transition, y'all. This is why so many people don't even make it when they get married, because they can't adjust. It's such a huge adjustment. Trust me. It's a huge adjustment when you go from being single to in a relationship. Do y'all know how many jokes my friends crack that for the last almost 14 months I've been seeing this man that they don't see me no more? They literally like, we see her less and less. And it's not that I want to see my friends less and less, but the reality is that now that I'm in this relationship, and relationships take investment and time, I cannot, I can't change that. I can't change that at all. So, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but it's the reality of relationships. So, Lord, God bless them. I do think they need new blood. And yeah, I just think that I think that they could stand to make some changes. But I don't know that we get answers right away, and I think it's going to take time to I think it's going to take them time for them to sort this cast out. That's what I think. So we'll see what happens. But I definitely got questions for these folks. I do. I got questions. What do y'all think? Why can't I see y'all's comments? Oh my gosh. Hey, BTV. Howdy do, y'all. Welcome Miss BTV into the chat. Y'all go show her channel some love as well. She's a local content creator. I love that a lot of the YouTube content creators I've met are so supportive, and I appreciate y'all, because y'all know I'm new to this, but y'all have been so helpful. I'm not even going to hold you. Let's see. You said maybe they can mix it up every 2 seasons, give us a new group of friends. I don't know, child, but they need to work on something. You said, I feel like they need some new cast members, people who like to have fun and not argue all the time. Oh, child. That's a part of reality TV, unfortunately. But with them, I don't feel like it was too bad. I feel like it was controlled. I could handle it. But I just think they need to shake up. I really do. Not Jay Jones says she thinks Jasmine is disingenuous. Why do you feel that way? You said she moved fast after marriage for getting pregnant. That was swift, but I noticed that a lot of Army women do that. Not trying to say that she tried to trap them enough. That's not what I'm saying. But it's very common. So were Jasmine, Jordan, and Bria the only Playboy bunnies? Wait a minute. Were they all? I know Jordan was, but was Bria and Jasmine too? You said, Winter, does it seem that people lose friends once they get married? They do. Y'all, I got married at 19. And by the time I had my daughter, I was 20. But y'all, my friends, they were all still kids in college, still living their life. They wasn't hanging out with me. I had a baby and a husband. So my friends became the coaches' wives because there were no other players who were married at the time. And so, yeah, you do lose friends. I hate to say that, but it's honestly, y'all just lead different lives. It's not that you feel like something is wrong with the person, but my life as a married woman is much different than my life as a single woman. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of, to me, a natural progression of life. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up all of my friends that are single, because I do have some great friends that are single. I don't believe in that, because, you know, people, they get extreme and say, well, married women should only hang with married friends. What? I don't know what I would do without some of my single friends. A lot of my single friends when I was young and married was our babysitters that didn't charge us, okay? Because we was broke. I can't imagine if I stopped talking to them. We needed their love and support as well. I don't understand that logic. You can't hang out with single people because you married. I'm not saying you should make it a habit to do what they do, because I do think you should have a cutoff point, but I just think some stuff is crazy. Crazy logic. Who would you like to see leave? Amir and Natalie, for sure. I'm good on Summer. I'm good on Shanice, because I don't feel like she bring nothing. She adds nothing but nakedness, and I can do without it. I think I would like to see Jasmine in small doses. Maybe come visit. Noelle can go. Not Noelle. Jordan can go. Not Noelle. I love Noelle. Jordan can go because I don't feel like she add nothing. She's got a weird attitude for no good reason. And I'm good on Bria and Simon, because I just feel like unless Bria is willing to tone it down, she do too much. You said, I think this season needs to shake up and was missing fun. Yeah, I agree, Kay. You're not wrong. So I like the first season much better. Me too. Me too. You said they stay doing what it takes to have a baby. Now that's the only thing I didn't like first season. I'm like, why y'all got these cameras on where these people let them make love in private? That's none of our business. So I think Jasmine loves her husband and may be regretful that she moved fast for getting pregnant. Last season, they had some major communication issues. Woo, child, y'all, we struggled. Our first little year of marriage, we struggled so bad. I think we divorced each other every other day. I'm so serious. Like, we just were so childish. And having a baby complicated that, because, you know, we had to grow up really fast. But I think on top of like growing up really fast, being new parents, I don't know. We really struggle. We really, really struggle. So I understand. I give her grace for that, because it's really tough to make those transitions. Marriage is not easy, even when you're old. You know, it's not easy when you're old, let alone when you are young and trying to figure it out. Like, it's just hard. It's just hard. It really is. Y'all ready for my announcement? Didn't I tell y'all I had a big announcement? Hey, Lulu, welcome. You said that's almost the entire cast. Well, you asked me the question, I answered honestly. Bria's a mess. Not that she can't believe that man wasn't a soulmate. That's hilarious. Y'all ready for my announcement or no? Let me see if I can add what I need to add. I hope I'm able to share it, y'all. Oh, I'm able to share it. Give me a second. So you guys know that one of my passions, and I do mean passions, is teaching. I love teaching. I love training. I love distributing information. Like, that's something that is very important to me, that I love, I enjoy. And quite frankly, since I stopped doing it, I've missed teaching. Like, I've missed sharing information. I've missed connecting with the audience in that way. And I feel like out of all the things that I feel like I've done in my life over the last 10 years, teaching is something that brings me great joy. But you guys know that since I got into reality TV, I just kind of learned that I didn't want to segment or niche myself off to strictly being just all about Christian stuff. And while there's still obviously a place for that, my audience is much broader and it's much wider, but I just found myself missing teaching. So I was just like, oh goodness, like what's next for me in that? Like, I don't want to do anything that's random. I don't just want to put out anything that's stupid and doesn't connect or relate. What's something that is truly on my heart right now that I would love to teach and that I feel like could add value to my audience, that could add value to the world at large? Like, what does Winter really want to do, right? And so, of course, you guys know I have my businesses, and I work on, I think, 1,001 different things all the time. But I just have been in this space where I'm like, okay, something else has got to give. All that to say, your girl finally nailed it down. And I am dropping 2 new courses, and I have a local event. So I can't say if you live in the area. Even if you're not in the area, you can still attend. But I'm doing a women in business brunch in July. So if you're in the area or you're not in the area, would still like to come, I would love to see you at my women in business event. But my 2 new courses that I am dropping, and I want to share my screen, and I don't know why it is tripping like it is. Oh, here we go. So can you guys see my screen? So do you guys see? So the top 3, my women in business brunch, but I'm dropping 2 new courses. One course is for those who are interested in learning about reality TV. If you have ever wanted to learn about reality TV, if you have ever wanted to get into reality TV, if you want to understand it in a way that you can like become a better viewer, if you want to get into any sort of reality TV related media and entertainment, we're going to get into all things reality TV, and it's called Unscripted Success Reality Ready TV Training. So if you or someone listen, all of my CCs on here, please share this with your audience that are reality TV consumers, because what I've learned is that so many people have reached out to me to ask me tips and ask me if I did coaching. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is probably something I should consider. But after really, honestly, y'all, about 2 months of going over this over and over again, I was like, I really need to do this. There's no reason why I shouldn't, just because I have real-time information and knowledge coming from start to finish. I do have the credentials that a lot of people aren't going to have with teaching reality TV. And so we're doing this. And so if you are in the chat tonight, I'm going to give you a code for Memorial Day. It's going to give you 10% off anything on my site. So whether or not you come to the brunch, whether or not you do the courses, everything is 10% off. And it's only for 24 hours. So you can share this discount code, y'all. And if for some reason it doesn't work, DM me either on Twitter or IG, or just drop me a message on YouTube and I'll fix it, but it should work. Discount code is called MEMDAY, and it's MEMDAY for 10% off. And then the other course is called Media Momentum. This course is for people who are interested in public speaking, people who are interested in maybe doing some form of media. It may not be reality TV, but you want to get into doing some sort of press. you're interested in being better at interviews, one thing I would tell people that I learned, and I was trained, honey, by the best. But being in the Miss America circuit, we had to be good at interviewing. It is something that I cherish to this day, because I tell people, listen, all I've ever said is that if I could get an interview, I was never worried, because I can nail an interview. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of my pro tips when it comes to positioning yourself, positioning your message, making sure you have the right media presence, how to overcome some of your media anxiety. What does it look like to craft your brand in the way that it is attractive to media outlets, teaching you how to write your own pitch. I even in my each of these courses have a master level course to it that you can take as well. But in those courses, I'm actually going to give you pitch templates. I'm going to give you access to my Black book, which means I'm going to give you access to producers that I know and their contact. I'm going to give you access and contact information of casting directors. These are things that, unfortunately, no matter how great you are, if you don't have this information, nothing that I teach in some aspects is going to help you, because you can be completely amazing, but if you don't have the right contacts, it's not going to matter. It's literally not going to matter, because again, connection is king. Relationship is king. And so I am going to open up my intellectual property really diving into how to navigate media, and how to navigate your presence and your brand, going into a lot of these places and spaces that a lot of people are getting into for the first time. And there are a lot of pitfalls that you want to avoid. And thankfully, y'all, I feel like I've done it, so you don't have to. And I've had to bump my head, so y'all don't have to bump your head. But it's literally giving you the behind the scenes information and giving you the playbook and the blueprint, so you can navigate these places and spaces with a lot more confidence than you would if you didn't have the information. So if you are not interested in becoming a reality TV star or getting into the reality TV space, I would suggest you take the Media Momentum class. But if you are interested in reality TV, then I would highly suggest the Unscripted Success training, because we're going to get into it. We're going to discuss how to negotiate. We're going to talk about when you need PR and when you don't, because that's the other thing. I'll give you guys a little tip. I respect what publicists do, but a lot of people don't need them. And a lot of publicists, unfortunately, are wasted investments until you really need them for real. Otherwise, you can do a lot yourself, and you can save that coin to actually invest in your brand another way until you grow to a point where you can hire a publicist on. And like I said, those are just some things we're going to talk about in this class. But I'm so excited about it. I want you guys to please spread the word. Like I said, if you're interested in joining in the next 24 hours, if you enter the discount code MEMDAY, then you'll get 10% off. And that's 10% off the brunch, 10% off the courses. Really, it's 10% off the whole site. And I'm actually going to send this out to my mailing list so they can take advantage of this course as well, and the discount. But I'm just really, really pumped. I definitely am excited, because it's back to doing what I love to do, which is teaching. But I'm passionate about it, y'all, because this is real time. Y'all are getting my brain, my intellectual property real time. And I really want to help people, because while I don't feel like certain sectors of reality TV are for me, it doesn't mean that they aren't for everybody. And some people can really go into this space and excel. That's just the truth. So I look forward to it. All that to say, I really hope to see some of you guys at the Women in Business Brunch, because I personally want to meet some of you guys. So if you are in the area, and can attend the Women in Business Brunch, be sure to grab your ticket. The food is going to be amazing. The venue is going to be great. It's in DC. I'm telling you guys that now. We are going to be to a venue in DC. So prepare your mind for the location. But they actually have pretty decent parking where we were. And it's on a Sunday, so parking is a little bit more agreeable than it would be any other day of the week. So I would love to see a lot of you guys at the Women in Business Brunch. It's a networking opportunity. We're going to have a good time. And definitely, I look forward to just the swap of intelligent, excellent, implementable information. Like, I hate getting information that I can't implement. It's so frustrating. But this is going to be an opportunity for us to really get to know each other, connect, and really share information that can be helpful. I do encourage, if you're in different sectors, to attend, because I do think that while there is something to be said for connecting with people who are in your industry, there's a lot to be said for connecting with people who aren't, because we can all help support each other and potentially utilize each other's services. I am looking at doing the brunch in multiple cities. Y'all getting ahead of me. Y'all got to relax. Y'all are getting ahead of me right now. I am looking at taking this to different cities, but it's also going to be because I'm doing a book signing. Oh, y'all, we have almost gotten to the end where we can have an official launch for the Single Housewife Affirmation Cookbook. And I have a new book in the works, y'all. I'm so pumped. I have my 10th book in the works, Single Housewife Affirmation Cookbook. I will be announcing some signature cities that I will be doing some live in-person book signings. We are in conversations with a lot of different locations, and I hope that I'll be in a city near you. And if I'm close enough to you, I hope that you'll still come. But we are definitely in the process of working that out. It looks like I will tell you all 3 of the cities that it looks like a go, and potentially a 4th. No, okay, I'll tell you guys. It's a lot going on. So, Miami, Atlanta, Memphis, Houston, and Chicago is potentially a lock. But right now, those are the 4 cities I can tell you: Miami, Atlanta, Memphis, and Houston. I would love to see if I could do a LA. But I just don't know what my reach is in LA. I could be wrong. It could be a lot of y'all in LA, but I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But for right now, those are the 4. And then, of course, I'll do a DC, but that's a given just because it's home. But I'm also considering New York, and I'm also considering Philly. But like I said, I don't know yet. I really want to go to hot spots where I know that I can pull people out. Miami, done. Houston, done. And I'm really contemplating hitting up Dallas. I just really feel like so Houston, believe it or not, a lot of people in Houston watch the OWN network. So when I go to Houston, it's always people who have seen the show that are very kind and supportive. But Dallas is kind of like a mini Arkansas reunion for me. And I went to school with so many people who live in Dallas that I feel like I would probably have a good turnout in Dallas. I'm going to just be honest. And Memphis is close to where I grew up, so I'm accessible to people. And Atlanta, I've had events in Atlanta before, and it's always been a great turnout. So Atlanta is just, it's the vibe. Chicago is, I have a friend that's like, Winter, come to Chicago. We got you. I'm like, okay, don't have me come all the way out to Chicago for nothing. So I really feel like Chicago is going to be a lock, but I will let you guys know. But I'm super pumped. There's a lot happening, a lot in the works, but I definitely would highly encourage you guys to lock that on in. And I'm really excited about what's next. You said Dallas is always ready. I believe that. I feel like Dallas would show up and show out for real. I really do. I do. Hi, Paulette. You said you finally caught a live. And Z Marie, thank you so much for being a channel member. I appreciate your membership of this channel. I appreciate you coming over here, little Paulette. But yeah, I'm really excited, y'all. I'm like, sometimes you just got to go back to your first love. And God knows I have 1,000 other things going on, but I do miss teaching. And this will give me the fulfillment that I enjoy when it comes to teaching, you know? So I'm excited. I'm excited. You said awesome road trip. That's hilarious. You said that's my city. Oh, Chi-Town. I don't know, Regina. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I haven't secured it yet, but I'm like, we'll see what happens. I ain't gonna count y'all out yet. I ain't gonna count y'all out just yet. But I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like New York would be strong. I'm working on my international presence. I have a trip planned to London soon. My boyfriend and I keep talking about going over there. He has some business over there, but I'm like, I don't want to go unless I can assemble something. And let me tell y'all, when I was teaching before and doing my master classes, my largest audience was in Turkey. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, those ladies, the time difference, I think, was 7 or 9 hours ahead. So I would teach a class at 8. And I promise you, these ladies would get up at 3, 4, and 5 o'clock in the morning to catch my class. And it was a group of them. But they were some of the most faithful students I had. I'm not even kidding. But I have a large audience over in the UK as well. Believe it or not, the UK was very strong for me. Turkey, London and Turkey, those are 2 very high attended areas. And then the Caribbean in Africa. But I literally, y'all know I love me some anything British. But the UK has a special place in my heart. So we're working on some things and hopefully we can lock that down. But I look forward to going over to the UK and connecting with people that honestly have been following me for years. I just have never been over there yet. But I look forward to going over there. But I'm going to let y'all go. It's been an hour and 24 minutes. This has been a great live, and I didn't even have to come on, which is fantastic because let me tell you, we is lounged up and no makeup on, and it's my hair is up in a clip. I didn't even try today. It was just one of them days. I didn't even try. I really did. But I hope to see you guys in the course. Take advantage of the discount. It's 24 hours. I'm going to drop this now. Channel members, if you are IC Insider, you get a special discount. I'm going to drop in y'all's community channel in a moment. Y'all have a special discount code for an additional percentage off. And then I'll send it out to my mailing list. But I so am excited about seeing you guys. And listen, I always tell people the best compliment you can give is liking this video, sharing this video, and subscribing to this channel. And if you are a part of this channel, please share the courses that I'm launching, and help me reaching those that actually need it. So that's the greatest compliment. Hey, Shay. That's the greatest compliment you can give. Supporting the channel by likes, shares, and subscribes. But also sharing what I have to offer. It's also amazing. Y'all, I am finally on the road to launching and releasing this wellness retreat in the fall. Jesus help me, Lord. This has been a long time in the works, but we are finally getting that together. So ladies, if you would like to travel with me, the opportunity is coming this fall. If you attended the first Queen's Table retreat, y'all know we had a good time. And we're going to have another good time. But if you're interested in putting down your deposit to attend, that registration is now finally open. Y'all been lighting me up on that too about when it's going to open, when it's going to open. Y'all had to give you girls some time. It's been a lot happening, but I'm back on it. I'm back on the job. And so if you want to go ahead and secure your registration, you can. But if you just want to put down your deposit and do a payment plan, you can do that as well. But that is finally open, y'all. But we're gonna hit the islands this fall. I can't wait to spend some time with the ladies. Listen, that retreat was everything. And so we didn't want to do a second one until we knew we could top the first one, because the first one is pretty dang hard to beat. It really is pretty dang hard to beat. So we're confident we can beat it. And so therefore we're okay with launching it. If you guys haven't been to my website, make sure you go with simplywinter.com. Check out my shop. It lists all the events I have coming up. You might see something you like, purchase some merch, purchase a book. I got 9 of them for those who don't know. And yeah, I'm so excited. You guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you soon.